So today is February 11th, and I'm not gonna lie, today started off as a good day, and then it was just so much. There's a lot of things that occurred, and I'm not gonna lie. At first, I allowed it to ruffle my feathers. Well, no, actually, no. I'm thinking about yesterday. Today, there were some things that still wasn't, you know. And so, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm tired. I did wake up at 5, but I went back to sleep because I was supposed to get up and go work out, but that didn't happen. But I've just reached a point where so y'all, the other day I was saying how I felt the presence of God and this thing was moving. Now, I have something else hanging and it's moving, which is crazy because I don't think it was moving. And it looked like it's moving, like really moving. But I don't know. This is a video where I'm really lost for words. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm really at a loss for words. I'll say overall though, I've taken on this new mindset where I'm starting to analyze things a little bit more. And what I mean by that is just analyzing how things are making me feel, to determine like okay, I shouldn't be reacting to this. Like this is definitely the enemy trying to attack, or things of that nature. So that's kind of where I am today. After yesterday, today is like, okay, I know where this energy is coming from. I know what its intention is, and I'm going to do everything but that. And so I want to encourage anyone who watches this video to stop and process things before reacting to them. In the Bible, like right now in my Bible study, in the book of Exodus, when it was saying, it's either Exodus or Leviticus, but after Aaron and his sons become ordained by Moses, um, I want to say the names Nadab and Abihu. Forgive me if I butchered those, but the first two sons that were ordained to be priests by Moses under Aaron, they were killed because they didn't follow the directions that God gave Moses, and he delivered that message to them, telling them what was considered a good sacrifice and a bad sacrifice, or a good offering and a bad offering, what to do for a sin offering and a burnt offering and all that stuff. They burned incense, and they were not supposed to burn incense. And because they did that in the congregation, they were killed. And in the scripture, it says that Aaron held his peace. And so sometimes you just have to hold your peace. Even when something angers you, even when something riles you up, you have to hold your peace. And I think that was a good example because, I mean, his sons were killed, right? And so, and he couldn't even mourn. They couldn't mourn. They couldn't mourn because them mourning would have deemed God's decision not right, when it was right, because they sinned. They disobeyed God's instructions on how to submit offerings to him. And after he said that, he said, I am the Lord, your God, who brought you out of Egypt. And so sometimes you just got to be quiet. You just got to be quiet. Hold your peace. Hold your peace. And so that was my thing today. When there was a lot that I wanted to say, of course, I was intensely feeling a lot of things, but I held my peace. So I'm encouraging you all, if you see this video, when things arise that is either meant to throw you off intentionally or something happens unintentionally, hold your peace. Because sometimes our silence speaks louder than anything that we can ever say. And we don't ever want to say the wrong things or respond to things emotionally, because that can get us in trouble. So that's my word of advice for today. And I'll see y'all in the next video.